Now, my lineup basically consists of Robert Sanchez in goal. Now, I have gone with Malo Gusto because I think Reece James played. I think he played the best part of the game on the weekend just gone, and I think he featured in the midweek England game as well. Can't really remember. I didn't watch the game, so I can't count that as a definite. But 100% for me, Malo Gusto will start at right back. I've gone with Wesley Fofana and Trevor Chalobah as my centre backs, with Marco Correa, who again featured, got an assist midweek for Spain. He's featured again in the international period, but Marco Correa for me nails down that left side of the defensive line. Now I've gone with Moises Caicedo, who I do think is a possible doubt because he's played a lot of football for Colombia. Played two, sorry, Ecuador. He played two 90 minutes of football, and that's a lot of football plus the travel as well. So it's a lot to ask of him, but I do think he's capable of doing that. I've gone with Enzo Fernandez as his partner in the midfield as always. Now, of course, we do have Andre Santos on the bench. Dario Sugo's still out. So I think it will be those two that we'll see in midfield. I've gone with Pedro Neto on the left-hand side of the attack with João Pedro as the 10 and Esteval Willian, who I think for me is the face of Brazil, if you want to call him that, but he's also the one that will be doing a lot of this. And I think he'll make Hartman and Anthony's job a nightmare in this game. I think he'll have to be smart because I think they'll double up on him in terms of what they'll try and do to counteract any sort of attacking options he's going to try and pose or any threat that he can pose. But I do want to see one thing. I do want to see, and I do want to see this a lot, is I want to see what Enzo Maresca has been doing with this team, which I feel like is allowing these players a bit more freedom to push higher up the pitch. Of course, we know Liam Delap. I want to see Liam Delap be more central in the goal. I want to see Neto test Carl Walker down this left hand side. I want to see Hartman, and I want Esteval to be able to play in a way that he can create the space for someone like João Pedro to run into. I think this will be a crucial part of our game here because you're going to have Esteval who can play balls into here or here over the top, cross those balls in. The same for Neto. I think he's got an opportunity to drive into this space here, take on Carl Walker. Don't be afraid. Enzo Fernandez as well. When that ball comes in from here, I think will happen is, unless Burnley play a back five, but your two centre backs are going to be stretched apart here because there's going to be movement here. There's always, if we play our cards right, and of course you've got Gusto who's going to be as part of those attacking options as well. But if I think what will happen in the do play a back four Burnley, then we need to stretch their defensive line completely, and that should allow movement in the box. It should allow Marco Correa, if Neto and Esteval are playing and tucking in slightly, it should allow our fullbacks the space options, outside, inside, whichever, to get that ball in the right areas and have players in the box. Because of course, Burnley are more than likely going to sit back, defend quite try and sit back, part the bus, low block. But we have to think we can win this game. Like I said, this is a game where I generally think it can be no mistakes made by the manager. Obviously, for me, the team sort of picks itself. I think Reece James needs a rest. We've got a big game against Barcelona coming up. Neto, I think, has been rested. I don't think he travelled. Enzo didn't travel with his country neither. So there's some players that have been rested. They've got 2-week break. This is a big game for Liam Delap. Make no doubts about that. This is a massive game for him because if he doesn't play well, we do have Mark Gui on the bench. João Pedro can play in that number 9 role. So we know that already. So I do think this is a big game for Liam Delap to prove why we've brought him into the team. So I'm looking forward to that. That's my lineup. That's what I'm going with. Depending on however Burnley do set up. But I do feel like we've got opportunity to take this Burnley team to the cleaners and play well against them. I'm going to go with a 3-0. I'm going to go with a 3-0 win against Burnley at Turf Moor. I think we should be able to cope with them and have enough about us to be able to play the football that we need to play. Create the chances, take the chances, score the goals, rest your key players for the Barcelona game, and hopefully we come out of this one unscathed, no injuries. But I do think we should win the game. Burnley, down there, 17th in the league. Scott Parker struggling with Burnley in the Premier League, of course, is a massive step up from the Championship. But Enzo Maresca, tactically, you have to get this right. There can be no slip-ups. It's a big week for us. Let's start it with a win against Burnley. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, your predictions, and your predicted scorelines below as well. And we'll be back soon with another video. Thank you very much for watching.